Hey, Steve.
Hello, Richie. How you doing, buddy?
All right, man.
You're live on Cruise 92.1.
That's it. How you doing,
Fantastic.
Steve? Steve Shaffer, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
And Steve, my sidekick, you grew up with him too, is Sonny V.
Yo,
Sonny, how you doing?
I'm from the other side of Oregon Avenue.
Right.
What's red and bad for your teeth?
What?
A brick. I just
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
That's
You
it.
know, you grew up in that side of town. You know what happened.
No, he's on the other side of Oregon Avenue, Steve. He wasn't
Oh,
on our
so it's
side.
not a brick?
Cinder block.
And then, Steve, let me introduce you to the rest of the crowd here as our producer, Mr. John the Friar Kinka. Say hello to Steve.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, John. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
And our engineer, Stormin Norman.
Storm and Norman, I love it.
Hi, Steve. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you as well.
Yeah, we have a crew here, Steve. We're blessed. to have all this.
Fantastic.
So,
Fantastic. I'm with you.
how was your dental appointment? I know you had a dentist appointment. What was
I've been, I'm since the middle of January. I've been on cruise ships or corporates.
Wow.
80% of the time, and I've only been home about 5-6 days.
Wow.
And this is actually the end of it. Now, I can't tell you how happy I am to be home. Finally home, and
Right.
it's
I know.
exciting.
It's got to be tough. Hey, listen, Steve, I wanted to ask you. I know you're going to be. I don't know if you're going to be. When you're going to be in Atlantic City next? That we want to
22 to 28.
right this month, right?
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Right. We're going to come and get you.
What do you mean come and get me?
We're going
What
to come
the
and
hell
get you. Well, we're going to drag you back from Atlantic
We're
City
going
to
to
get
wrap you
something
up
to
in a
eat.
carpet and bring you out to the Pine Barrens.
You're not going to, like, some kind of kidnapping thing, are you?
Yes. And then I just wanted to make sure that now, where are you going to be in Atlantic City?
I'm at the Tropicana.
Tropicana.
In the Comedy Stop.
Okay, the Comedy Stop, Tropicana, June 22nd. Write that down because we want to make sure we say that during the show and up to the 22nd.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Look, that's fantastic that you guys are even calling me. I appreciate it. I really do.
It's amazing that we even have this show, Steve.
Well, I'm sure. I know that Richie's as talented as they come. I knew him as a young man.
That's right.
And he was one of the most talented people in my neighborhood.
I appreciate
Everybody knew that Richie was a singer, songwriter, musician,
liar,
guitar player. Occasionally he lied, but that happens.
Thanks a lot, Steve. In fact, the last time I seen Steve, you ready for this? Henry was just born, 1991.
Wow, you are really going back, my friend.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Yeah, in fact, you introduced me to Dom Irera, who has been on this show.
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
That's how I got to know him, and I don't know if I should hold that against you.
No, he's a great guy. He's a lunatic. But a good guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Well, he's a Southwest Philly guy.
Yeah, is he?
Mm-hmm.
I thought where was the drugstore? I don't want to get into that, but
The drugstore.
I
don't know
wanted
what
to
you
ask
mean.
him, and don't brush it off. Where was the drugstore, Steve? I got to know.
I don't even know what the drugstore.
Irera's Pharmacy was on 15th and Porter, wasn't it?
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. But okay, I got so many questions for him because I told him about the hunt. We had
Oh my God!
major stars we could find. We had we made a joke. We had Jerry Seinfeld's home phone number. We couldn't find Steve Shaffer.
Right.
So then, Steve. Remember, I was telling you on the phone. It's 10:20. I want you to call in our time. It's 7:20 your
I
time.
did. You thought I lived in California.
Steve's going, what are you talking about?
Those days are gone, my friend.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm back on the Northeast, and I really love it. I can't tell you how happy I am.
Oh, yeah.
The Northeast is, I tell people this all the time. I do cruise ships, almost 20 weeks a year.
Wow.
And I'm in Europe and also in the Caribbean, but I haven't been to a port that's as lovely and beautiful as American ports.
Wow.
You go up the Northeast, you go into even the Southeast or into New Orleans, back around to the West Coast, San Diego, San Francisco. America has the greatest ports in the world.
How about that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't know that.
I believe it's true, and I'm really happy to I'm really lucky, is what I should say.
Yeah,
I've been a comedian for 32 years.
I know, man. God
So
bless
I'm
you.
a pretty fortunate fellow.
Yes.
But no matter how I travel, how long I travel, I've never seen ports as beautiful as the East Coast, the Northeast, especially in the fall.
That's great. You know, it's funny because when we put you up on our Facebook, and we have a pretty big group now. It's growing by thousands per week, believe it or not. And I'm not even exaggerating.
I believe it. Of course I believe it.
We went on, we put you on there, and you don't know how many people came on and said, yeah, I seen him on a cruise. I seen him on a cruise. I seen him on a cruise. There are a lot of people go on cruises.
17 years I've been on cruise ships.
Wow, that's fantastic. The only problem there is, Steve, there's too much food.
Well, you know, what am I going to do?
Eat.
I can't not eat. Is that a double negative?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And we were talking about some of your older material. I'm going way back here. Do you remember Fatty Boom Belatti?
Fatty Boom Belatti? That's an old routine I used to do. And it went on the air a couple times on MTV and VH1. I never got it on the big shows. And I wish I did.
Yeah, I know that was your nephew.
Yeah, who was screaming "Fatty Boom Belatti."
And then we've been watching some of your other stuff because it gets on YouTube pretty fast.
I'm very lucky. You know, I grew up in an area where everybody was funny.
Right. Oh,
and,
yeah.
Except for me.
Nah, you were always a funny guy. You were always.
In South Philadelphia, there were so many talented people that I was just looking up to them, and Richie Gravaro was certainly one of them. Musician, guitar player, and incredibly funny people that couldn't necessarily do comedy,
right?
Because they were lunatics. You know, Vinny the Lunatic, Bobby the Nut. You know, we had so many crazy characters in South Philadelphia that I couldn't compare to their humor. But right. I was always...
you absorbed everybody.
Amazed. Yeah, absorbed.
Yeah, but I think a lot of us, of what we are, is from that neighborhood. That's like I said, when you look back, all we did was laugh.
Yeah.
Well, I was very fortunate to grow up in an area where... there were so many funny people and so many characters I could draw from.
Oh, yeah.
And I did. And growing up in South Philadelphia, I also was a Catholic school student, you know, and that had a lot to do with my comedy.
Stella Maris, right?
Yes, Stella
I had
Maris.
8 years of nuns. I had 4 years of priests. I had 12 years of therapy. And here I am.
That's right.
The nuns were nuts. Sister Ray Leonard, Sister Black and Decker, Sister Sledge.
Yeah. Remember, what was that nun that punched you square in the face?
Sister Ann Geraldine.
Yeah.
I once had a nun in 5th grade, Sister Ann Geraldine, who punched me because I didn't cover my mouth when I sneezed. I swear. And I'll never forget how fast. It was like, achoo, poof. She punched me. It was like Ninja Nuns. And I remember thinking, you know, this would be a great TV show. You know, coming this fall on Fox. What else? Ninja Nuns. Watch her use her nunchuck rosary. You can't fool her. She'll use her ruler. She's dressed in black. She'll crack your back. Ninja Nuns. Forgive me, guys. It's been a long day.
No, it's okay. And then I know you went to the dentist last Friday.
Yeah, I've been nothing but, you know, as you get older, at least in my case.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I got nothing but teeth problems.
Yeah, I'm older than you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, only barely, by the way. Yeah, but everything has been tooth problems and back problems. The other night, I wrenched my neck while I was sleeping. How sad is that? You ever do that?
No.
Middle of the night, crack. It's like, all of a sudden, my neck's broken. And I'm like thinking, this is pretty sad, you know? How old, how pathetic, how out of shape do you have to be to sprain your neck while you're unconscious?
That is true.
What could possibly be next? Hey, Doc, I broke my back. I was reclining. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm very grateful to grow up in an area where there were so many funny people and there were plenty of talented people.
Yeah, but Steve, you know what? I always watched your stuff, and the delivery is like no one else's. I mean, you see a lot of these comics who copy. You know, it's always about the airport. But you have a particular way of looking at something and doing something and saying something. Plus, he's got that voice.
He talk really fast.
Yeah. That's what I liked about some comedians is that they have their own thing. I mean, when you go see C.V. Shaffer, you're going to see something that's not in common with every other comedian. That's where I think you got it, too.
Oh, Thank you, Rich. That's nice of you to say.
No, it's not a compliment. It's the truth. It's something where you just go and you know what else I was really impressed. And of course, I keep going back here. But remember that tube you used to spin?
Yeah, I still do it.
Yeah.
If you come, I'm at the Tropicana, June 22 to 28.
Yeah, you got to see this.
If you come and see my show, I will be doing that plastic hose.
Yeah, I
never stop doing anything that works.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He spins his tube and it goes. It makes the
right.
It's the silliest thing in the world.
It's the silliest thing in the world, but it's something that you have to see that he does that draws people to their feet.
Really?
I try to get their attention.
Yes, and you do. You do. Hey, listen, what was the name of that comedy club that was above the Middle East restaurant?
Oh, jeez, what was it?
I know. I keep losing the
Comedy Store.
Comedy Factory Outlet?
That might be it.
Maybe
that might be it.
Yeah, maybe it was because it was the Funny Bone, and because I used to see you there, but then I also seen you at the because he used to have a little balcony. Remember?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, a little balcony.
Yeah, it was a great club, to be honest with you. It was almost like 200 or 300 seats. It was a big club.
Yes.
I used to love working there. And Philadelphia had like 4 or 5 clubs at one point.
Yeah.
Right.
And back in the 80s, I used to work all of them. I was so grateful. To tell you the truth, I would love to get back into the Helium. I haven't worked there in a long time. So hopefully that'll happen.
What it is you just don't have the time to do it?
Well, it's partially time, and it's partially because they want younger people, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's not where it's at. I mean, you know what I find out with the younger people, too, Steve? I hate when it's college humor.
You hate that?
Well, because it's like inside jokes.
Right.
They're not really funny. They're talking about something.
You're 62.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm a professional. I know funny. Right, Steve? I know funny.
But the audiences, the thing is that the audiences, the demographic has always been, to be honest with you, I've been doing it 32 years. So
right.
The audiences have always been 20 to 45. Mm-hmm. And as you get older, you outgrow the audiences. And so it takes a certain amount of understanding to realize that an older performer can also do the job.
Yes. Well, and guess what? Our audience is, 35 and up?
That's right.
Yeah,
I like that audience.
35 to dead. Right.
I like that audience.
And I will tell you this. We're on from 10 to 12 on a Thursday night. When you try to call through, sometimes it's difficult. Am I right, John?
That's right.
It's actually, and for our people to stay up at this time,
yeah,
a lot of NyQuil.
I love it.
For us to stay up at this,
that's great.
Yeah, I know. It's even us to stay up. Yeah.
I'm very fortunate. Growing up in South Philly, there's so many funny characters. Italian people are out of their minds. You know that.
Yes,
Rich.
And you're half.
Well, I'm half. Mm-hmm. I'm half Italian, half German. When I was a kid, used to play war, would attack, then immediately surrender. You got to know your shit. Oh, excuse me.
It's okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I apologize.
No.
You do have to know your stuff to understand certain jokes that are a little older. They're history jokes.
Right.
But I tell people I had a Catholic education. It takes a while for it to click in, but that kind of comedy is absolutely true. I talk about the truth of my life.
Right.
And the characters I grew up with were all funny. I remember once being in South Philadelphia, being on 9th and Wolf, and 2 Italian guys are painting a house. And one guy turns to the other guy, he goes, "Hey, oh, huh?" What the hell does that mean?
That was the conversation.
Right? The other guy goes, "Okay, I'll take care of it right away." Take care of what? What is that, Goombonics?
Goombonics, yeah. That's awesome. That's a goddamn
but only in South Philly where you hear that kind of conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of vowels.
Goombonics. That's got to go
right.
down. Write that down. Yeah. So, Atlantic City, June 22nd, and then where are you going after that?
I'm actually home for a little while, thank God.
Oh, great.
I've been on the road since the middle of January.
Yeah, I know.
Last week. I've been on cruise ships and corporates. So to tell you the truth, I've only been home for about a week, and I can't tell you how happy I am just to sleep in my own bed.
Yeah, I know. I can get lonely. I can get lonely and tough.
It's really tough.
Hey, Steve, do you? I noticed that Dom Herrera is playing in Ireland in this big comedy club.
He does a lot of. He's really popular in Scotland and Ireland.
How does that happen? I mean, you talk about audiences,
but it's true.
Wow. Have you ever played there?
No, I haven't. But he does this. I guess it's some kind of comedy festival.
Yeah.
And they love him out there.
Yeah, it's Kilkenny.
And he is the best. He's one of the best comedians in the world.
Yeah, he's very relaxing. These are all great. These are all great. And,
well, Dominic, you should really be proud that Dominic is a South Philly guy, because he's like when Comedy Central did their top 100 comedians, he's like 60.
Wow.
Jeez.
So you should be really proud, and I am, that a South Philly guy is number 60 in the top funniest comedians ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So Dom is Dom gets a lot of praise.
Well, listen. Here's another thing we need you to do. I know you're not a nut on Facebook.
No, I'm not.
But we need to know where you're going to be constantly. So if there's some way you can constantly let us know or have...
well, everything is in transition for me right now. I just tore down my website, putting a new website up.
Good.
That's certainly going to happen. I'm starting to manage people. That's another thing I'm doing.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about that. And I still do my stand-up. I'm in Vegas at the Tropicana starting Saturday for a week, actually 10 days, because I'm leaving Saturday morning.
This Saturday?
Yes.
All right, and where in Vegas?
I'm at the
Comedy Stop
Laugh Factory.
Oh, okay. Comedy Stop Laugh Factory, right there.
At the Tropicana in New York.
Yeah, because we advertise actually
in Vegas.
Our radio station goes worldwide. But we actually do have people, believe it or not, they call in from L.A. and we're all over the United States.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia too.
Yeah. I'm in Vegas about 3 or 4 years ago, and a guy walks up to me. He says, "I'm Robert Gagliardi." I said, "So who are you?" He goes, "Well, we grew up together in South Philadelphia." I said, "Really?" I said, "Where are you from?" He goes, "I'm from Tenton, Oregon." I said, "Hold on a second. Robert Gagliardi, Tenton, Oregon. Him and me had a fist fight
Oh, jeez.
in 6th grade, and I beat him, by the way, in Melrose Terrace.
Oh, wow.
We were in Melrose Terrace. He offered me out. Only South Philly guys know what offered me out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
He offered me out, Stella Maris. He beat up a friend of mine. Then he offered me out. And then I beat him up in Melrose Terrace. And he came up to me in Vegas, and he said, "I'm Robert Gagliardi." And he didn't even remember the fight. That's how many fights he had.
That's how many fights
he had a fight every week. And I'm like, "Robert, don't you remember me?" He goes, "Did I fight you this week or that week?" That's how crazy. Tenton, remember the guys at Tenton, Oregon? They're Peter Bellotti, and I don't know if you guys ever hung out there, but they were crazy.
Well, 10th and Oregon, 9th and Wolf, 16th and Pollock. Yeah, they were
every corner. You had to walk on the other side
of
the street.
Yeah, I know you had to know where to walk. Remember, Steve?
We had the peaceful corner.
Absolutely.
All right, so listen.
But he turned out to be a wonderful guy. He manages a beautiful restaurant in Vegas, and we hung out together. And it was a wonderful time. So there are South Philly people all over the world.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Listen, we want to make sure that though you're constantly on our Facebook so people know where you're at, because we've had people ask, where's he going to be? Where's he going to be? So we do that. And then when you get into Atlantic City on the 22nd, I'll give you a holler.
Yeah.
Please do.
All right, and then I'll call you then. And listen, thanks a lot, and we're really flattered that you even gave us the time.
I'm flattered that you called me. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
And of course, tell your wife I said hello, too.
Okay.
Thanks, bud. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya. That was Steve Shaffer, ladies and gentlemen.